Harry's wife, fantasizing about Diana whilst applying cream to his penis. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It has to be said that of the several thousand videos that I have created, I must admit I don't think any of the titles that I have ever created have come close to the sheer what the fuck in terms of that kind of title. Fantasizing about Diana whilst applying cream to his penis. What on earth is going on there, one wonders. We know from the various disclosures that have occurred from Spare that Prince Harry has something of an obsession with little Harry, with his todger, with his knob. We've the tale about his frostbitten penis. We have the news, of course, about him peeing himself because he couldn't work it out to have a diddle over the side of the boat because the boat had no toilet. We've been told about him losing his virginity, which, of course, he, in interview, dismisses as it's just 4 lines. Well, if you're that bothered about it, though, why did you include it in the first place? You didn't need to, but you did. And I think there, what has happened is that, of course, your wife has ensured that these idiotic disclosures, which make you look like even more of a buffoon than people thought, have been included because you've been persuaded to think, makes you look like a bit of a lad. You know, you're a mad lad, Harry. You're one of the chaps. You're relatable. But instead, everybody's thinking, oh, my giddy aunt. Yet more about the royal knob from the royal knob head. Here, the article comes from Breitbart. And leaving aside the right-wing nature of this publication, the fact is that whether it's right-wing, left-wing, centrist, it can't get you away from the fact that Harry in Spare is telling you about the fact that he fantasized about his mum while he was applying cream to his bell end. The article by Alana Mastrenglo tells us, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, confessed to fantasizing about his late mother, Princess Diana, Diana, Princess of Wales, while applying cream to his penis in chapter 43 of his recently released memoir, Spare. Yes, you heard that correctly. The publication states, I found the tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time. I thought as if my mother was right there in the room. Now, smell, as we know, is evocative when it comes to memory. And apparently in the brain, the area that deals with memory sits very close to that which deals with smell, which means that certain fragrances, scents, aromas can cause an individual to have a very vivid, very visceral, very intense memory about something. So it might be that if you smell asphalt that's being melted, it reminds you of something that occurred when that asphalt was being melted many years ago. Commonly, if you smell somebody's fragrance, it reminds you of perhaps that first love or a magical night with a particular person. It might remind you of a family member. For instance, I know that the smell of pipe smoke always reminds me of my piano tutor. He, back in the day, would sit there knocking out his pipe and then going through the ritual of stuffing the tobacco in and then bringing a match to it, and then as he fed the air into it, and then that sweet aroma of the pipe smoke drifting into the room and starting to fill it as I was there tackling the latest piece on the piano. Pipe smoke's not something one comes across that often, but whenever I do, it immediately reminds me of my piano tutor and places him on he brings him up on my radar. I can't hoover him, he's dead, and he died many years ago. And it might be that I could remark about him favourably, that he was a kind old man that taught me well with regard to playing the piano, and thus somebody agrees that that's a nice memory, and that allows me to assert control over him indirectly. Or I remember the memory and just jettison it because he's dead and there's no point thinking about him, and therefore I assert control through jettisoning him. But the point is, even I will have memories occasioned as a consequence of scents and smells, and it's no surprise, therefore, that Prince Harry has a reminder of his mother from smelling the particular tube of lotion that he's got. But then he takes it to a place which he doesn't need to. I found the tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time. I thought as if my mother was right there in the room, and I took a smidge and applied it down there. So you're thinking about your mother whilst you're rubbing cream into your dick. Okay. He might just say, the scent of this particular thing often reminded me of my mother, and then he didn't need to talk about applying cream to his penis. Once again, he exhibits his lack of awareness, and combined with the fact of nobody is advising him, don't put this nonsense in. Not the ghostwriter, not any other advisors that he may have, and certainly not his wife, because she doesn't care. Earlier on the page, the article continues, Prince Harry had explained that he was suffering from an injury to his nether regions during Prince William's wedding in 2011 after a charity trip to the North Pole. That's when a friend suggested a remedy that reminded him of his mother. My penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized. The last place I wanted to be was Frostnipistan, Prince Harry said, no doubt thinking that's amusing. I had been trying some home remedies, including one recommended by a friend. She had urged me to apply Elizabeth Arden cream. The Duke of Sussex went on to say that he told his friend, my mum used that on her lips. You want me to put that on my todger? To which his friend allegedly replied, it works, Harry, trust me. I found the tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time. I thought as if my mother was right there in the room, and I took a smidge and applied it down there, Prince Harry stated in his memoir. Audio from Chapter 43, in which Prince Harry confesses to fantasising about his mother while applying cream to his penis, has been making its rounds across social media, with the public mocking him, as well as evoking Sigmund Freud and the neurologist's theories on a child's feelings towards their parent of the opposite sex. Now, of course, it's worth pointing out that he didn't think, oh, mummy, mummy, and then decided to crack one off because of the memory of her. No. But the fact that he deems it appropriate to tell us about the fact that he was thinking about his mum while he's rubbing cream onto his dick shows a particularly poor judgment once again. Below the line, Breitbart, what are people's observations? Nauheit, the prince is a loon. Rear Admiral Buttigieg, Trump said, Harry, you're going to regret this. Believe me, maybe Harry's right after all. Harry said the First Amendment is bonkers. His abuse of the First Amendment, his tell-all, seems to confirm his description. Someone lock this guy up for his own good. IDS GT56. Is there any question as to how Harry's wife, the dominatrix, was able to cuckold the ginger jerk-off so easily? Chris MacDonald replies, she'd dress up as Diana at night. P. Smith, there are some things that shouldn't be put in a tell-all book. Pretty sure a discussion about penis cream is one. Chris MacDonald, I don't think the penis cream is nearly as bad as thinking about your mother while slathering it on himself like a sick puppy. Canuck, it's all about the shock for maximum effect and for sales. To Savinger, he's as thick as a brick and deeply resentful of the king-to-be brother, ripe for the taking. Pascal's wager, nope, Harry's not native born, but apparently he's qualified to be governor of Calais. Empire loyalist, Harry is what's known as damaged beyond repair. Janin NH, he's fucked up beyond all recognition. Ray Nagin's cellmate, Prince Nonads is definitely foobar. On the bright side, his is a cautionary tale. No matter how badly off you are, at least you're not this ginger freak who threw away a position in the royal family to become a self-loathing woke retard. Ex-feed semi-fascist, a self-loathing woke retard married to a narcissistic grifter. They aren't holding back, and it's no surprise, because if you're going to put something like this in your memoir, you're going to get torn to shreds. And once again, it exhibits the lack of appreciation and awareness of Prince Harry and the fact that he's being held out and put out to dry by his wife. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.